Hello, hello. It's Cami here. How are you doing? I am so excited to be here this morning. Well, maybe I'm not so excited because I'm going to tell you something that I really have always avoided doing. So, I actually had a really good friend that called me up a couple of weeks ago, and we were talking after a really long time not talking to each other. And she said, "It seems like you have it all together. I don't know why I didn't reach out to you before, but I always feel like you just had it all together." And she was a little nervous about talking to me. And I was like, wow, you just don't have any idea how I don't necessarily have it all together all the time. Hey, mom. Um, my mom's here. Hi. So yeah, I don't have it together all the time. It maybe looks like it. And I definitely try to have it all together, but not always. And so I've had a business, as many of you know, since 2002. So I've been doing this for a really long time at this point, and working for myself as me as the boss. And the good thing about being your own boss is that you can call the shots. The bad thing is that you can call the shots. Meaning that you have to do everything. And also, you do have bosses, you have clients and employees and people that you're working with, and you owe them things. And so there's a lot of things you have to work with whenever you have a business that people kind of glamorize it a little bit. But you're the bottle washer, the trash taker outer, the computer fixer, you're all those things. So yes. Yes, I've made a lot of mistakes in my business over the years, for sure. I'm only going to talk about one today. I could tell you about a number of them. I've made plenty, but I do think that that's part of learning, right? Is making those mistakes. Making those mistakes is part of learning, and the biggest part is like making the mistakes and then moving on and continuing to move on. It's really important. Hi, Rest. How are you doing? Make sure you say hi to me in the comments. I love seeing that people are here. I do see some eyeballs. So that's what I was wanting to talk to you today about, was really that mistake that I think was one of the biggest mistakes I made. And here it is. I'll tell you out front what it is right up front. So the biggest mistake I made in my business is that I didn't have a product suite that really did the whole thing. So I just kind of went out there, and I didn't really have like a product. If you ask me what I did, I'd say, well, I do social media. And they'd say, well, what do you do for me? And I'll be like, well, I can do influencer relations, or I can run your social media for you, or we can do a strategy, or we can do a campaign around a specific topic. Or, I mean, by now you lose people, right? So even you guys listening to this are probably like, what do you do? Excuse me. So I wasn't super clear on my product suite. And part of the reason why is because I felt like it needed to be custom for any person. So if for any client that walked in the door, I would give them a custom thing. And then I would price it up. And by the way, it took me forever to put together proposals because I was custom piecing together proposals every time. And it was a lot. So I really did feel, though, that was what was different about me, that I was more custom, right? And I did. I got lots of amazing clients. I've had amazing clients. I have amazing clients through that system. And most of them are large, big ticket, clients, big name clients that if you live in certain places, you know them for sure. And so I love that we've been so successful with that model. But here's the problem with all that. In that model, is that I can only work with a certain number of people. So if I'm doing like a big ticket, monthly retainer with a client, I either have to build a huge agency, which, with lots of employees, and get a building and, do the Edelman model, or I have to then, limit the number of people I work with. So that's what I've done my whole career, is I've just limited the number of people I've worked with. And that's put an artificial ceiling on like earning, on all kinds of things. Now, I did it on purpose. I have a family. I have 3 amazing children. I want to work from home. All of my team works from home with me. But I do think it was a mistake because I didn't have a product suite. And I had no way for people to work with me. So people would ask, can you coach me? Can you be my mentor? I built a really great online following, a huge community. I love all of you so much. And but I had nothing to offer. I just had nothing to offer. for that community. And people would ask me, like, do you have something you can offer me? And I'd be like, I don't, yeah, I mean, no, unless you want to come be like one of my big clients. I started social media breakfast here in Houston, and week and week and month after month and year after year, 11 years now, I would go and offer free training, which is awesome, but there was no way for people to go beyond that with me. And I just, there was a lot of reasons that I didn't do it. There was hesitation. A lot of it was mindset problems, right? Which is like, oh, I don't want to seem like I'm too salesy. I don't want to always be selling something. And I didn't know, do people really want this kind of thing from me? People were telling me they wanted it, but I was not listening. So anyway, I did create Smart Social Secrets, which you see up in the corner here, this side. And we just actually finally put that out into the market last month. And Geeka's here. She was in there. You guys can talk about that. So you can let people know what that was like for you. But the bottom line is that we do have an online course now that is about putting together your strategy. And we took all of the stuff that I've packaged together with working with SeaWorld and PayPal and Google and a Houston Methodist Hospital system and all of the things that we've done over our career of our company. And I've packaged them all into a 6-week course that teaches you how to put together a social media strategy that kind of will make you stand out. So that's really where we're at. But that was a huge mistake that I made, is that I didn't put that lower ticket item in. And some people make the other mistake. Like, they'll have a low ticket item, but they won't go for the high ticket item. Like, nobody would pay for that. That's not going to happen. So it's really about the product suite, right? Like going from the bottom where people come into your world, letting them know who you are, giving them a taste, and then, working them up from there. And we have had people come to us from the course who want us to now run their social media or do a piece of their social media or do some of our other packages. In the meanwhile, while I've been doing all of this, and this is just in the last couple of years, guys, I've been in business for what? Somebody do the math for me. 2002 to today. Is that 18 years? Yes, 18 years. 18 years doing this, and much of it being in the social media space. So I really started social media kind of work in 2005, and then it kind of took off from there. So social media was really the thing people wanted to hire me to do. And so that, of course, has grown exponentially. And of course, there's so many more social media platforms today. So that's the other cool thing about my course, is that it doesn't really talk like about how to do the specific platform. It talks about the overall thing and which platform should you be on and what kind of strategy should you have. It's a business course. It's a business course. And so that's one of the things I love about it, is that I can share all these things that I've learned through like massively hard experience. But it was a huge mistake that I didn't put it out before now, a huge mistake. And it's limited me financially too, I'm sure. I probably have lost hundreds of thousands of dollars by not putting this out sooner. And what is it for? Worry about what people would think about me. Worry about, can I hack it? Can I manage all this and plus the business? All of that kind of stuff. But I'm going to tell you what, my team, who are amazing, by the way, they just jumped right in and they made it totally possible. So I've grown a team over the years. We have 6 of us total. We're small but mighty, work with big clients, but we have like a smaller team. So you can do this in a lot of different configurations. And I know all of you have your own businesses and you do your own things. I'd love to know what you do. So let's see. I'm going to read down here and see what you're saying. So yeah. So Geeka says, yep, it's an impressive information. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad it helped you, Geeka. And of course, Geeka is one of our founders, so she can go back over and over and over and take the course again and again, because I've made it like a lifetime thing. And she, okay, so unknown. Okay. How do you create a social media strategy for a small custom niche market where clients don't care about social media, just cost and delivery timelines? Well, that's a good question. I don't know exactly what your business is, so I can't tell you exactly, but I will tell you that you have to ask a number of questions. And one of the biggest ones there is understanding the pain point of your customer and understanding what their problems are so that you can solve them. And that's the key. It's because I'm going to tell you what, it's not about social media anyway. Social media is a channel. It's a way to reach people. It's a way to create relationships. It's a way to connect. But there's a whole business case around how do you bring somebody from that, the just getting to know you to being a customer. And social media is a piece of that. I'm convinced of that, obviously, because that's what I do. But I'm convinced of it because it's a relationship building channel. It's a place to build a relationship with your customers. And if they only care about um, delivery and time launches, then that's what you deliver. You talk about that. You teach about that. That's what your content is about. And then that attracts them in, and then they go from there. So, I mean, maybe LinkedIn is a better channel for you. You have to know where your customers are and where they're looking for their information. You don't have to be in all the channels all the time. You don't. I'm kind of terrible at Instagram. I have to be honest. Like, I have other people that are amazing on my team at Instagram, and they're always like, "You need to pull up your Instagram game." Let me be honest, and that's why I hired them because they're good at it, and I actually want to get good at it. So always having an open mindset too, like a learning mindset. So I will also just dive deep in and really do like a lot of training and research around that. Oh, you just told me who you are. Okay, so they said it's oil and gas and heavy machinery. So great. So now you know what it is. So I don't, know exactly what's going to work for you, but I know that there's trade associations in that area. So we've worked with oil and gas companies very successfully in social media, like reaching their audience. Most of those guys, they're on Facebook looking at their grandkids. You can run ads directly to them. People that like the major industry association, you can run ads to the people that like that industry association right in Facebook. So there's also an advertising way to do it in some cases. Anyway, I don't know your business exactly, but this is what I do. So moving on, I just want to say that that's really the key, is like understanding who your customer is, what they need, and then delivering services, but package them. Packaging them is so important. I mean, it's so important to have like, these are the things that I do. You can then customize on top of that if you want to, because that was my big thing, right? Is I didn't want to, not customize. So one of the things I'm going to do is in a couple of weeks, I am going to be doing the quick start with I'm gonna actually show you what we're gonna do because I think it'd be interesting to you. We're gonna do a quick start your business with social media, and this is the way that we do this. So Geeka went through this with us. This is a pretty intense training. It's a week long. I am charging for it. I'm like only charging $37 for it though, because the reason why I'm even charging anything is because I want you guys, whoever comes into this class, I want them to actually have some skin in the game. What I've also learned is if people don't have, what I've also learned is that people, if they don't have skin in the game, they don't get the work done. It's as simple as that. They come in and they're like, let's kick that tire a little bit. So I want people to have a little bit of skin in the game. So what I'm going to do is teach you these 5 things. So the first one is really how to summarize the problem you solve, and then how to teach you how to get your customer to take action with engaging content. And so that's really what I was talking about here just a minute ago with unknown USSR. You need to have like content that really engages them. And that content may be something different than other people, because it may be like, checklists or something like that for oil and gas. They need something that they can use out in the field. Maybe it's mobile. I don't know. Depends on who you're trying to reach. And then day 3 is add a simple strategy to grow your following. So that's really how you grow your following on social media in a way that's sustainable. So not tens of thousands. I have this saying, go small to go big. So I'm going to teach you that and how to do that, and how to grow your business or grow your following with people who would actually care about buying what you have to offer ultimately. And then day 4, we're going to talk about that no-brainer offer. This is what I'm talking about, is your offers. So having your offers in place are so important. And we're going to talk about that in day 4. And then on day 5, we're going to do a funnel. I'm going to show you a funnel that you can use to bring people from like not knowing who you are all the way to buying something from you. So I'm going to show you that funnel on day 5. So that's the whole quick start. I hope you guys think about it. I actually put the link to it here in this in the description of this, wherever you are. Take a look at it, because honestly, I can teach you general things, but I'll get to know your business specifically if you jump into that thing, into the quick start with us. So that's pretty much it. That was the biggest mistake I've ever made in my business. I did not have a product suite. I I mean, I had a product. I sold a service. I really sold a consulting time. I sold hours. I sold my consulting hours. That's really what I sold. And today I really have more of a packages. I have packages I can offer to people and to companies. And that's a huge difference. It's made a huge difference financially. It's made a huge difference in every way. So I would want, oh yeah, to the chat. Yes, I can add the link to the chat. Are you talking about the link to the quick start LinkedIn user? Unfortunately, I can't know who you are because it doesn't give me your name on this thing. Yes, I put it in the description of this video. So like if you just, the description is kind of long. So if you just say more at the top of the description, you'll be able to see that there's a little link there that you can click on. If you don't see it, let me know. I'll give it to you directly. I can put it in the chat though, too, I guess. I don't know if it'll go everywhere. I'll try. Here we go. I'm putting it in the chat too. I don't know if it's going to go everywhere because some of the platforms don't like links. Yeah. Okay, good. You just saw it. Good. Awesome. Hey, Lauren. Oh, it's Lauren. Hey, good. So yeah, that's really what you do. So I will just say these packages are really important. I do want to teach you how to do it because for me, it was such a big deal. Like learning this process I'm going to teach during the quick start was like kind of a revolution for my business too. So I'm going to teach it to you. And it's a no-brainer, like $37. And you're going to have my entire team there to help you do that. And my team is amazing. You can ask anybody who's worked with them. They're unbelievably amazing. So you want to be there because we're going to be there to absolutely help you get through this process. We will then go on to the 6 weeks course and you can decide if you want to join at that point, but at least do this first quick start because it will help you so much. I promise it will help your business. I really do. I would not put it out there if I didn't think so. I'm really excited to do it again. And I know that when we did it with our first founders group, they were just blown away. They were blown away by it. So, Geek just said, she had her, I asked her what she thought just a second ago. I don't know if she's still here, but there you go. That's what somebody who just took the course, like a month ago says about it. Anyway, that was my biggest mistake, I think, for my business. And I definitely have had other mistakes. I'm happy to share them with you in another video. I've had all kinds of mistakes, but one of the things that I am is a lifelong learner. And I believe that the more that you open your mind to learning these new things, the more that you're going to grow. And so I really believe in that growth mindset versus a fixed mindset of like, I can't do this. I can't do this. I'm always saying, I don't know how to do that, but I'm going to try, or I don't know how to do that yet. So if there's something that you think you can't do, like I'm terrible at social media right now, put a little comma on it and say, right now I'm terrible at social media, but I'm going to be great. So I know you can do it. If I can do it, trust me, you can do it. So anyway, I just wanted to jump in today and talk about that. If anybody has any other questions, let me know. You can ask them here. Yeah, 37 is a deal. Thank you. I don't know who it is. For whatever reason, LinkedIn is not letting me see your guys' names. Anyway, I'll come back over to LinkedIn in a few minutes and respond to each one of you. But yeah, so I'm using StreamYard if you want to know. This is the service that I use to stream multiple places, including on LinkedIn. So I am going to go now because I've got a big day ahead of me. We're actually getting ready for the quick start. So I just wanted to jump in though and talk about that because it was a huge stumbling block for my business. I'm really excited to teach you guys how to do this. So anyway, take care and I will talk to you soon. Bye.